DSA Lagos chapter live. So we're having fun celebrating our mentor, our bestest mentor in the world, Dr.Sunday Adelaja. So here's me. Yeah,
hi everyone. Yeah. Come because of our mentor birthday.
Yeah. So we got some wonderful people. Here we love our queen.
It's our food. Oh. They're liking already. Oh wow. DSA
live. Live from Lagos.
Betty.
Yeah. You can't keep silent. You can't keep quiet. DSA 50th birthday.
Golden Jubilee.
Hashtag DSA Golden Jubilee. Yeah.
Wow.
This is great. So,
if you're watching, go ahead and share and indicate, let us know that you're watching.
Yeah. You can write something so we know you're watching. Yeah. We have Peace online. Peace, thank you for joining.
And Angel.
Yeah.
Angel Alex. We have Angel Alex on the line.
Yeah.
And we have Earl, the DSA Lagos team on the line. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So once again, I want to introduce what we're doing here. This is DSA Lagos chapter. A DSA family in Lagos. We came around, hang around together to celebrate our mentor's birthday. Yeah. So we want to sit down, network, share our experiences and all that, and then encourage one another. That's why we're here on DSA. I want to talk about how we're going to move this message to our environment, to our nation, to our country in Nigeria. So yes. We can't just keep it to ourselves. We found this gold and we can't keep it ourselves. We have to share with everyone. That's why we're here. DSA Golden Jubilee.
Dr.Sunday Adelaja.
Yeah, I think it's time we should just sing happy birthday for Dr. Sunday Adelaja. What do you guys think? Sure. So, Greg with the choir master.
My voice is over, please.
So just get it on. So sing happy birthday to Son.
We have queens here, so
let the queens take. Let me stay behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
For he's a jolly good fellow, he's a
jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. And so sing all of our hip hip hip
Hooray!
hip hip hip
Hooray!
hip hip hip
Hooray!
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Dr. Sunday Adelaja, our pastor, our mentor, our teacher. He's a great man. He has impacted a lot in us, and we could not be calm. We want to share it with you guys. Keep calm and watch us. Thank you. And please, if you're watching this video, please share and like the link. Thank you very much. I think I like the way my wife used to say share.
Yeah. Just go ahead and share.
Spread the word.
Just go ahead and share.
Because everybody needs to know this great man. He has impacted our lives in many ways that word. We just can't help but keep quiet. We just have to share this to the world. Everybody we know has to get to know this man. This man is a goal that we have received, and we must let the world know about him. That's the reason we're celebrating him today. Thank you, DSC.
Bishop Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining.
The Bishop is in the house.
Welcome for joining. Share as you're coming in. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done the introduction. So right now we're all gonna introduce ourselves one by one. We'll talk about say our names, what we do, and how we came across Dr. Sunday Adelaja and the impact he's made in our lives. So who starts first?
I think you should.
You should.
So,
Okay. Myself.
yes.
Okay.
Open the floor.
Okay. So I'll start.
Blessings, Bishop Richard.
So I guess I'll just shift myself. Yeah. So they said I'll start, so I'll go ahead and start. So my name is Uchechi Migwe. I work in a financial institution. I guess I'll skip all that. It was actually my wife that got me close to Dr. Sunday Adelaja. And before that, back in 2007, was 2007? Yeah, back in 2007, that was the first time I encountered Dr. Sunday Adelaja. It was in a church where I worshipped at the time in Ibadan, Nigeria. The pastor of the church actually went to Ukraine. He visited the embassy of God, and when he came back, it was all about this church. So for like 2 months afterwards, what we were just doing in church was just to listen to the videos from he came back with from the embassy of God. We watched testimonies and all that. He was just all about Dr. Sunday Adelaja. So we watched videos, saw a lot of things, as in we're so inspired. So, but after that time, I left Ibadan, and that was it. I never really heard anything about Dr. Sunday Adelaja again until one day my wife came back and said, "There's this book she saw, and she thinks I should read this book." And the book was titled "Money Will Make You Rich." That's it. Money Will Make You Rich. So in my mind, I just felt, what would the pastor tell me about money? I've been going to church all my life, and everything I hear from a pastor is just give me your money, give me your money. Everything they say can be summarized in 4 words. Give me your money. That's all I hear from them. I go for conferences, I meet the pomp and everything, the noise, the anointing. The 4 words I hear is give me your money. So I just felt that pastors, they're not in our shoes. They don't understand us. Like Jesus had to actually come in flesh to experience what we experienced. That's why he was actually able to save us. But these pastors, they are there. We just give them. So they are not experienced. They are not at work. They don't see what I face. They don't pass through what I pass through. So they don't understand. So all they say is give me your money. So I felt, what would I learn from a pastor? So the book was there in my house and was there for like months, right? But one day I just felt, okay, let me go out of my way and read this book. So I picked it and I started reading man, wow, it was, it was I was totally blown away. I was blown away. I got to that point where he talked about his encounter, and I was like, wow, I never had a pastor talk like this, speak like this, write like this. It was just crazy. He just explained everything. He explained everything to me, and I saw how we got it wrong. And funny, all my life I've been giving. And at that time, at the time, I was in a very big financial situation. And I had been praying about it, and nothing was working. You know, I went to church, said you should sow seeds, and you see what God will do in your life. I did sow seeds, I did things. He said sacrificial seed, I did sacrificial seed, and then nothing was happening. It was just there. I was just looking at my future going down the drain. But yeah, so at the point when I heard that, it was all figured out. It was just all figured out. So, and afterwards, my wife first said, okay, let's just write this man. She said we're going to write this man. I didn't believe it. I just felt, I know these guys, these men of God, they're very busy people. Nobody's going to respond to you. They even have time to look at their mails and all that. And so I came back and they told me that, yeah, she did write it, man. And I said, okay, good luck. Then after, I think it was 2 days after, I said she got a response. She was excited. It was really exciting. Pastor of a mega church and of that caliber would respond to his mail. It was mind blowing. Then the next thing was that she got an appointment to speak to us on Skype. Oh, then that day I just got back from work. He told me, guess what? I said, what? So get someone on a call to speak to us, online to speak to us on Skype. Guess what it is? I said Dr. Sunday Adelaja. I said no, it's not true. Now who is this scammer that's trying to like?
No, and it was a video call.
Yeah. So and I saw it. It was a video call. I saw it was him. It was really him. I was like, wow. I was on cloud 9. You get, how it feels. You know, it was like, I'd like to know you. How are you doing? How's your work? Uche, call you by name and all that. And it was mind blowing. It was an experience. So it started a journey, and he referred us to his Facebook and YouTube videos and all that. So since then, my house has been all Dr. Sunday. To the point that our kids will come and say, "Mommy,
are you truly listening to Dr. Sunday?"
Are you listening to Dr. Sunday? My son will come and say, "Dr. Sunday again." So but right now they're looking forward to going to Dr. Sunday's house. Yeah, they keep saying that. So that's my experience. As in, what he's done, what the impact of teaching in our lives has been tremendous. Within this period, we've actually started some things. We started a youth group in our estate and called it the World Changers Youth Club. And it just started more, but you get the big plan for it to actually help young people, to give them direction and all that. That's just one of the things. We would have time to talk about that later. So that's how I met Pastor Sunday, and that's some of the impact he had in my life. So I think someone else will take over. Bola. Yeah, let's so we're going to invite Bola to come and share her own story of how she encountered Pastor Sunday.
Hello. Yeah, my name is Adelaja. I'm a lady who's just been living and existing, mere existence. And sometimes last year, I was at this point in my life where I was down. Because this thing inside of me, I was telling me, you're still very empty, you need more power, you need to move. And I was trying to search around, like, what is this thing? What is the main thing? There is this emptiness inside of me that needs to be filled up, you get. So on this day, I was on Facebook, I was just checking, I was scrolling through my phone the usual way, and I saw this video of Dr. Sunday Adelaja, and I was like, what is he talking about? Let me just open a bag. Yeah, those pastors again, they want to collect our money and all that. I just opened the video, and lo and behold, I opened the video, and the topic on that day was talking about the kingdom of salvation versus the kingdom of God, or something like that. Last year, precisely, it was June, July last year. So I tuned in and I was watching the video. After watching that video, everything about me changed. That moment, I wanted to go home. I wanted to read more about this man. Who's this man? He's not even asking about money. He's not asking for money. And when you watch pastors, the first thing you hear from them is pay your tithes, pay your offering. They even talk about first fruits, that some people have to take their television to church when they don't have money to give to the church and all that. So I really want to learn from this man. I really want to know more about this man. Maybe this man is just lying, he's talking something else and he's doing something else behind it. So at that point, I really wanted to know more about him. So I typed on Google Dr. Sunday Adelaja, and lo and behold, I saw a lot of things, a lot of people, and not too long, he not talked about Dr. Natasha, alcoholic or something. When I heard that issue, everything, my mind went away like very far. That no, this is what we're talking about. This is the main thing. So from that moment, I started following this man. From that time, we're doing Facebook Live, 2 programs each day. That's like in the morning and in the evening. So every day I'll be watching this. Every day I'll be watching the video. Every day I'll be watching the video, and I was able to put down a lot of things, and those things has changed my life. I used to be I said it on my video that I made for Dr. Sunday, that I used to be a lady that was full of junk. I'm a shy person. I used to be a lady that is full of junk. I would not want to sit in this kind of occasion and talk like this, because I feel like I'm saying the wrong thing, I was not having that confidence in me. But Dr. Sunday, you changed a whole lot about me. My life has changed for the better, for the best, I'm sure. And right now, as I speak with you, I am planning on writing a book, but I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. And the message is from Dr. Sunday's teaching. All the messages on that book will be from Dr. Sunday's teaching, because he has been the one that has changed my life. He has impacted a lot in my life, and my life has changed. I'm so grateful to Dr. Sunday. I'm so happy. Even my friends are very happy. They're like, what is it? What is wrong? I want to know more about this person. And before you know it, I bought all the books from Dr. Sunday, from but they are or something on Facebook. Yeah. That was how I got the books, and everything about me changed. The moment I even started reading the books, aside from the fact that I was watching his live broadcast on Facebook, everything about me changed after I started reading that book, because it was from morning till evening. Even at work, when I'm less busy, I get to read his books, and everything about me changed. That's thinking of pastor, offering, tithes, first fruits, and everything just changed, and I was very, very happy, because now my life, I can actually stand and say that my life has a meaning now, because before it was meaningless. It was meaningless, totally meaningless. I never had anything. I was just this same person, but it was something else. I went through hell. I can say I went through hell, because I knew what I've been through. I know what I've been through, let me say. So thank you to Dr. Sunday Adelaja. You have done a lot in my life. I'm so very grateful to you, and happy birthday to you, sir. Yeah. So right now we'll be switching out to Mr. Greg. Over to him.
Hello, BSC family. Hello, everybody. My name is Greg David Femi.
Say hi to
Hi to Afolabi Victor, CY,
Afolabi Victor from Uyo,
CY, and Jake. Oh, Pastor Obi, Chisandra, Nkyochimadu. Wow. I'm so grateful. Jacob, Uncle Jacob, hi, Sister Sufficient, and Bishop Richard. Okay, yeah. My name is Greg David Femi. In short, this is just a turning point in my life, because at the point of my life, as a church boy, with with church mentality, with sin consciousness and everything. But I get to know about Pastor Sunday some years ago through my former pastor. I was with him. I was with my former pastor, and we are talking about ministry, and he mentioned Pastor Sunday's name. Said that this young Nigeria from in Ukraine that is doing great. And I say, wow, what is his name? He says his name is Sunday Adelaja. So immediately I leave this place. I move straight to the cafe to go to Google to search for the name. And when I search for the name, I read everything about him, about the embassy of God and everything. And I now saw his Facebook, and I like his Facebook. And something happened from there. I was receiving articles from him. But something happened last year. Last year, I was just scrolling my phone and I saw him live. I just said, okay, let me like this video, and I started watching. And to be honest with you, when Pastor started, you were talking about the church, talking about the church that period, and I was like, this man is against the church. Now when you see this man is a pastor, you know,
because you're not church boy.
You know, because I'm a church boy, and those mentalities are built in me. And you know, I said, okay, let me give you a chance, and I started listening to him. Before he finished that series, I moved to another series. I said, man, I'm going to go with this guy. And as I followed him, you know, this election period again, during that 2015 something election that he was talking, I was saying, this man is a politician. Why one thing can't just face his ministry? You know, so I now later to discover that this guy's ministry is beyond 4 walls of the church. Maybe just the fivefold ministry that we are taught in Bible school. But to God be the glory. I'm so grateful to know Pastor Sunday, and I'm so grateful to God that I'm connected with him. And what blew my mind was when I messaged Pastor, and Pastor replied me. In short, I was wow. And I said, a pastor of a mega church in Ukraine. So I was like, so just a surprise too. But to be honest with you, I'm so grateful for knowing you. Pastor, you have done a lot in my life. As I'm talking to you right now, before I have a dormant vision. I call it dormant vision. A vision without know how to go about it. But right now, as I'm talking to you, listen, Pastor Sunday, my vision caught fire. As I'm talking to you, I've been running so many things. And I'm talking to you right now, moving back to Rwanda finally, going to Rwanda finally, and start ministry. And the ministry is not church ministry, but to impact life. For example, like, say, I got some books here. Like this book, I'm going to teach. This book will be our manuals. These books, all Pastor Sunday books, will be our manual. So that says to you that this man has touched life, and it's our duty now to go there and touch life. Pastor Sunday, thank you very much for touching my life. Thank you. Thank God for sending you at this time that the church has gone haywire. Yeah. We love you, and we bless that the Lord will keep you for us and more wisdom to you. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Pastor Sunday.
Wow, that's great. And so right now, we are moving to King Chioma.
Hello.
Yeah. So she's going to share her outstanding testimony of how she met Pastor Sunday.
Wow, nice.
Wow. I'm so excited. Pastor Sunday is my daddy. I don't know where to start from.
Thank you.
Okay, it all started. If you're my friend on Facebook, I posted this episode this morning. It took me 2 days to put those words together because it meant a lot to me. Meeting Pastor Sunday is a turning point in my life. It all began in 2015. We had an issue. I had an issue. My husband and I had done an investment and we lost money. Mega. That issue was almost going to tear my house apart because it hurt me, because at the time we wanted to do that investment, I had some reservations. But you know, like women, sometimes we have reservations, we don't really communicate it right, and the man doesn't really get it. So that was the scenario here. But let's leave all that story behind. So I moved on in search of knowledge. I said this mistake, this error was because I didn't know something about money. I didn't quite understand how money works. And I needed to get more information. So I started looking for books, I started looking for materials. And I went into a bookshop in my state one fateful evening. I was looking for books. I had already bought like 5 books. But as I was leaving, I just saw this book on the shelf. Money Won't Make You Rich. I said, what kind of title? What kind of book is that? Why should anybody write such a book? I'm looking for money and someone is telling me money will make me rich. Okay, let's know what this guy has to say. Then I picked the book. I looked at the author, Sunday Adelaja. I said, this man, I've heard this name in my house. I don't know him, but my husband has mentioned him before. I said, well, let's see what he has to say. You know, I bought it out of curiosity, because I just, not really because I wanted to read. I mean, it was out of curiosity. So I picked the book and I decided to read it first. I said, I want to read this book. Let's know what this man has to say. And trust me, when I started reading that book, I couldn't drop it. In fact, I wouldn't even let my husband touch. My husband said, what was this new book you're reading? I said, just keep off. Stay away until I'm through. I read that book like 3 times. In fact, I would get to a point, I would go back to the beginning and start again because I felt I hadn't heard some things, I hadn't quite understood some things I was reading. And that book was the connection between me and the essay. And after reading that book, incidentally, I was also in a certain ministry that emphasized giving. But what actually got to me about that ministry was people were being called to give, but people didn't have to give. And nobody was addressing that issue. And it started getting to me. I said, people don't have the resources to give, and nobody is addressing this thing. Every day we're receiving calls, we're being given targets of bonds, targets in dollars, in all currencies. And prayers are being given towards that. You're receiving money in major currencies of the world. As you sow into the man of God, you're exchanging for your millions in major currencies. You know, all those kind of prayers that you receive in all those mega churches. This was the kind of ministry I was associating myself with then. And after reading this book, a lot of things started happening in my life. I started asking questions because in that book, Pastor said he raised 200 millionaires. And I said, how did he do it? We're looking for millionaires to sponsor projects in my church. I need to help them. Believe me, this was the reason I went for Pastor. I said, this man has my answer right now. I'm going to help my people. We have to, embark on all these projects for the man of God. I need to get this thing out there. So I decided to write Pastor Sunday because I felt he knew something that we didn't know. And behold, it was 8 hours, Pastor responded to my email. And in less than a week, I was on a Skype call with him, and that was how my journey with Pastor began. And since then, it has been from one glorious living to another. My life has been transformed 360 degrees change, 65 degrees, if you can put it that way. Meeting Pastor has unlocked a lot of things in my life, things that were dormant, things that were not living. I heard things from Pastor that no man has ever spoken about in this world. Today, Pastor says it's celebrating 50 years. I told my husband, Pastor is 300 years, it's not 50.
Never. Maybe
in our own time, in Nigeria, in the world, we can count 50, but Pastor is 300 years, it's not 50 years. It's not possible. Because this man has knowledge that I don't know who else in this world has it. And my prayer for this man, I know Pastor keeps on saying that his mind is in heaven. But you're not going to heaven now. You're not going to any heaven now. You have so much work to do. See, this world is dependent on the knowledge that you have. Thank you for answering to this call. Thank you for giving yourself to this work. For stepping out in confidence to answer to the call that God gave to you. I told my husband this morning that I see Pastor, just like, what happened in the days of Noah and Abraham. Noah just woke up one morning and said that somebody spoke to him and he started building an ark. You can imagine what people around him would say. to him, they will say, this guy has gone crazy. I said, I'm sure that's what a lot of people will be saying when Pastor will be talking about this Nigerian transformation vision. If Pastor let me even talk about Pastor, the first day I listened to, the first day I listened to that transformation vision when Pastor was speaking, I was looking at it. I was wondering, I've lived in Nigeria for 30-something years. Who is this man? What does he know about Nigeria? He's in Ukraine, for God's sake. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? I'm in Nigeria. I know our problems. And he's telling me he's going to do this. In fact, those are some of the questions I asked in the first day we spoke. I said, Pastor, I listened to Nigerian transformation, some of the visions you said you had. And please, can you just share with me a bit how you're going to do it? And Pastor laughed. He laughed at me and he said, don't worry, you'll get to know me time. And I have not been disappointed. And my commitment to Pastor for this work is that I will take this word out there. I will take this message out there. I'm already doing it, but not enough. I will take it out there in every form. I will ensure that this dream in Pastor's house becomes a reality in Nigeria. That is my commitment to this thing, and we will do everything that we can. In fact, what even touched me 2 days ago, Pastor in the birthday celebration, Pastor said that he even had a covenant. He gave his life. He gave his life for this vision. I don't hear people discussing their life with a vision these days. I said, there is something this man knows that we don't know. He said he made a covenant with God, and he said, even if it's going to cost me my life. I had never heard that before. Only the Acts of Apostles. Only with people like Stephen and Paul. Those people don't exist anymore. I said, I told my husband, if we just have to begin to think that way, if it means that our life will go for this thing. Yeah. Pastor said he gave his life and he told his family. I'm really so excited. Happy birthday, Pastor. We're really excited to be partnering with you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is so great. This is great.
Your turn now.
This man is here.
Yeah, it's a talk. Have you guys want to share?
Yeah.
Okay. You switch. Okay. So you switch to him. Noah, your lives.
There's something you can't stop in a man's life. And if that man holds the truth, you can't stop. You need to kill the center of the truth for you to stop that man. And since we know that God is the center of truth, and Pastor Sunday Adelaja is the son of this God, I have a belief that if I die for God. And if I live, I live for God. Sometime around February 18, 2016, I was in my office. Sorry, I didn't start by mentioning my name. My name is Mr. Emmanuel Onowokutubu. But people call me Noel. I read English and literature, don't mind my numbers sometimes. It's normal because I try to review. Sometime around February 2016, I think precisely, yes, I was in the office. And you know, when people mention this office thing, everybody thinks it's all about this black collar stuff job in Lagos. As a graduate, I started as a driver with a company named Mega Money. We were into real estate. I have no job. My wife has been there for me all this while. And we had this lovely baby, Christopher. And I said, man, I can't sit here anymore, going to church, coming back home, having the same message, having always laid on me, everything, yes, those things are going to have their own time. You know, if you don't put to work what you've learned, you will not exist. You will cease to be relevant. Then one day I came across Pastor Sunday, and they began to pitch those tangible things that you neglect but they mean a lot. And he said, the day you stop expecting trouble, then that means you're not alive. belly here, no work. Oh, I love my wife so much, telling you. She's so sweet. She's there, I could not be here and with agony in my face. And she was like, man, no, I believe in you. But I could see the stress on her. So it was like, if you don't face these troubles, you know. And I went out the other day, I got to Lagos, got to go as a driver with Metamon, started as a driver, and I ended up as a marketer. And as a marketer, I thought, oh, it was okay, you know. Yeah, God is working.
From
driver to market. No sure. After Sunday came with this message. Money will make you rich. And I needed money to keep my family going. Don't doubt me. Don't get me wrong. I'm a believer. It's constant. In fact, I'm an activist when it comes to believing in Christ. I'm not a pious Christian. So when I got that message, I know this is not true. So I kept on to it. For 2 months. I started finding myself in the toilet to go through Pastor Sunday's message at 7:30, because my staff will always come. No, where is you? We need you. They don't know I was in the toilet listening to Pastor Sunday's message for over an hour. Then one day my boss caught me. My HR caught me. My best part, she loves me so much. And she said, Emmanuel, you were in the toilet, why are you listening to Bishop Pastor Sunday Adelaja? I said, yes. Yes. He said, okay, I'll always give you 1 hour. You can't believe it. That's how my HR started calling for me. 1 hour every day.
Wow.
Money will make you rich fast. Troubles and the concept of what Pastor Sunday was preaching about marriages. But the thing that really caught me out of my job, I resigned to Pastor Sunday Caustics. I resigned. But you know, when I resigned, because what made me resign was born out of truth. It didn't take me a week to get it done. Not at a normal paid job, I became a boss of my own. Someone from the blues that didn't know me from Adam, didn't know my son name, didn't know where I live, gave me a Toyota Camry 2009 model. They called it Mojo. I said, go run it on a platform called Uber. And I was like, He said, look, these guys, they make a lot of money. They make at least they make good money for themselves every week. They make good money for themselves every week. I'm like, Uber. He said, Emmanuel, yes, you are better than this job. What they give you is peanuts. I'm offering you my car for free. I'm telling you, 3-point-something million car. Person gave it to me. He didn't know my house. That was the guy I brought to the orphanage. And I told Pastor Ben the testimony. And I told Chopper also the testimony. Yeah. So I was like, then I went to Ibadan. So in the nutshell, we're not going to Ibadan. I want to say the Pastor Sunday's message. I don't want to title it one, no, because every message is a revolution. An activist live for revolution. I'm an activist. And I believe in the right cause. I believe in revolution for Christ. So I don't want to tag the whole thing that has happened to me to one message. I want to tag it to revolution. Revolution does not stop. It's a constant thing called change. It's revolution. And every revolution born from truth, born from revelation, never stops moving. So I want to say, Pastor Sunday, you've done a whole lot to my life. You've made me a better man. You've made me a better father. You've made me a good husband. In fact, when it comes to marriage, I'm an African man. I fight men too. I used to be an African man and fight men Pastor Sunday. But something happened in church today. I met the lady for the first time. I was an opportunity to talk. So before I started talking, I knelt down as a was like, if this is the principle that works. You know, I used to think when people honor women, they go beyond them. But it is not. It is a generational blessing you are living from your children when you practice those principles. Because when my daughter sees that I'm living before my wife to say, man, I'm sorry, I love you, can you go on? She's not like, I need a man like my dad. You get it? That is beyond riches. It's wealth. Wealth is not just tangible thing about money alone. It's something that is transgenerational. So I want to say, Pastor Sunday, thank you so much. Transformed my life to become a boss of my own. You made me a better husband. You made me make great friends. Chinwe, husband, Gregory, Topper, T.Y., Malowa, Ola Martins. I met great people.
International.
Yeah,
I met so lovely, so lovely, so lovely.
Oh my God.
Derek.
Yeah,
Derek,
and I can't forget. Yes, don't forget
Derek Schneider.
Jefferson.
Jefferson,
Wow. Jefferson is
that
guy is like big man to me.
Rory K.
Rory K, yeah.
Thank you so much. We are gathering to say thank you to God for a life that has transformed, a life that will be a blessing for the next generation. And a revolution. And I'll keep to that as long as I stand together.
Wow. Yeah, this is so good. This is so inspiring. I'm touched. I'm really touched. No, it's so nice. We're having fun here, sharing stories, sharing our experience, how we met Pastor Sunday, and the impact he's had on our lives. Okay, right now, we want to talk about the core of the message. We understand that different people perceive Dr. Sunday's messages differently. In fact, some people get annoyed. Yeah. So no, okay. Yeah. So different people perceive Dr. Sunday's messages differently. Some people just get outright annoyed. I know a lady who listens and like, well, what is this guy saying? He's abusing pastors, he's abusing churches. So, and she stopped listening to Dr. Sunday. Again, just different things. Even we on the platform, some of us also have different angles, inclinations, and all that. So we want to actually ask ourselves, what, in a nutshell, what do you think Dr. Sunday's message is all about? How does it come across to you? So to say this, so who starts first? Noel, do you understand? Bola, do you understand? Yeah, in a nutshell, what do you understand? How do you perceive Pastor Sunday's message? Can you summarize in some, in just a few words? What is Pastor Sunday's message?
It's not just traditional.
Yeah. So I'm going to switch it over to you. Yeah. So you tell us what you understand from Pastor Sunday's message in a nutshell. Make it short and succinct. Yeah. So over to you, Noel.
In a nutshell, I could say Pastor Sunday's message is not a traditional message. There was a time Pastor Dr. Sufficient was a
Dr. Sufficient, yeah.
And I was like, what is church to Pastor Sunday? And Dr. Sufficient said, church to Pastor Sunday is we want to see the Protestants carry the gospel just the way it believes in Christ through the word of God. We want to see the Islam carry the gospel just the way it believes in Christ through the word of God. We want to see the select, the cherubim. Because it don't have to be a church. You don't have to be in church, or you don't have to be a member for you to believe or open a ministry in his name. And as long as it's okay training you, then you take the word outside and go and open any ministry to your name. Just go by the truth that he teaches. So in a nutshell, normally we know here now that pastors would like you must open the church in my name. You must do the normal tradition. Pastor Sunday is not a traditional.
Okay. So just in fact a little what you just said. Yeah, what Noah just said. I think it was Pastor Sufficient who said one day she met Pastor Sunday discussing with some Orthodox priests with their whole regalia and all that. They left his office, and so when they left, she asked Pastor Sunday, "These guys are supposed to be your enemies. I said, these are the guys who are fighting against you. So who are they?" Pastor Sunday said, "They are my pastors." And when I heard that, they're actually his pastors. So he has reached out to people in the Orthodox Church, and he's mentoring them. They are his pastors, but they did not come out. They are still in the Orthodox Church. They are still pastoring, transforming in those places. I said, wow. And that one totally blew me away. I've never seen anything like that. Can you imagine? You having pastors in other churches and other organizations? That is just totally crazy. Not to talk about the social pastors, the structure of the social pastors, where the gospel is taken to people where they are. Yeah, so this is it. I'll take it back to Noel. I just had to add to that. So Noel, back to you for you to talk about what you understand from Dr. Sunday's message.
Okay. Again, from this angle of people are scared to teach about some certain topic.
So they don't get to lose members.
In fact, one of the topics I've seen Pastor Sunday teach about has to do with it's not entirety, right? It has to do with loyalty.
Yeah,
Loyalty. Okay. Now we know, in fact, that's where I got issues with where I was coming from. I won't mention the church.
Okay. That's fine. That's really cool.
So, I have issues of not being loyal because I oppose a certain structure that seems to manipulate the people. A politician will put somebody in a position that will bring, returns to him. This is what the same pastor was doing. Putting someone in a position that will bring returns to him. And the returns is not about the people, it's all about his pocket. And I spoke against it. I did join the fellowship, the men's fellowship. I had nothing to do with it. Because I said, if I am a pastor of this church, I know my stand by the word of God, then what you're doing, sir, is wrong. So, what has Pastor Sunday done to me? He has given me the confidence to challenge things that are wrong. That's why I keep saying it's not a traditional pastor. He has preached on sermons people are afraid to preach on, because they don't want to lose members.
Yeah.
And I've learned from him how you can get members without doing the packaging that has to do with church program. That is the truth. He said, if you're interested in the people will come to you. But if you're interested in church program will just pass through you, and you won't become something. You will make impact. I have a burning desire. I spoke to Afolabi about it.
Yeah.
I've given a glimpse of it to property.
Okay.
And we're praying that Pastor Amadi, and Pastor Ben will catch what we believe people for.
Okay.
For example, how tough it would be if we go to a village and say, traditional ruler, we need an empty space. We are not asking you to give us a space to build a church in our name. We just want to plant a church and put people there and let them money the way they can run it through our training. We are not asking them for money to bring money for us. And in that church, they must have what we call a farming program. That means if your soil is good for cassava alone, then we go for cassava alone. It's a way of empowering the people, not just only preaching on, but making sure they have something to eat, something to work for. They know if they go to the farm after the time they come to church, they build their mentality, they renew their mind, they go back to the farm, get what they can get, go back to the family, build a better society. What are we doing? How are we going to build a society out of militants if we don't have such programs? I'm from the I'm from the Nigeria Delta axis, so I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. So Pastor,
Wow. So
it's
this,
like wow.
this is so nice, so inspiring. Yeah. So would like Bola to share her. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So would like to hear Bola's side of it. How does Pastor Sunday's message come across to you? What do you think about Pastor Sunday's message? Yeah. So let's go, Bola. Yeah.
About Pastor Sunday's teaching, like true light and respect is the fact of the fact religion. It's just that's the one thing that really got me. That religion part of his teaching. But the first thing that I got it, and it has been the house of his teaching. And the way he is so persistent about talking about purpose and how to discover who you are here on planet Earth and all that. That's what has so got me, and I mean so amazing. These teachers.
Yeah. Okay.
Who next?
Yes, I would like to talk about myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so Queen Sharma wants to share how Pastor Sunday's message comes across to her and what she, in some way, what she thinks the message is all about.
Okay. Pastor Sunday's messages is all about the kingdom.
Yeah.
All about the kingdom. Pastor is not about church. She's just a place to groom people and pass on to them the values of the kingdom and groom them to a point where they can take these same principles and values into the world. Because from Pastor's teachings, we have come to see that we are the earth's managers. We're supposed to be managing this earth. That's our primary work. We are here, God sent us here on the vision or the purpose to manage the earth. And that is Pastor's teaching. That is the core of his teaching. For man to realize the very purpose for which they have been sent here, for which God put them on this earth. Pastor gave a graphic illustration of the purpose of man. I think it was last week in a certain teaching where he talked about we are coming from the spirit, and it's just like you're in a train and you're stopping over a train station. We are just passengers in this earth, and we're not supposed to be distracted. Our work here is for purpose and purpose alone. And that was why when Jesus came, he lived 33 and he went. So understanding that, with that no understanding of purpose, it has changed a lot of things, in the way I see life. I see life, I see time as that tool and instrument that God has given to us to do his will on earth. And not just to live for 70 years, live 100 years. All that is meaningless. Prior to now, I was in the group of people that when people die, I'll be with people. No, it's not important to me how many years they were before they died. What was important to me? Did they discover their purpose? Did they realize it? Because that is the whole essence of our existence. And that is like what I think Pastor is trying to pass across to us in all of his teachings. And that's why he wrote this book, Who Am I? Who Am I? Sorry, help me with that book. You see this book, I think if you've not read this book, you have not started living. Your life starts from the day you read this book. If you have not listened to Pastor Sunday's messages on calling, on the blog, SundayAdelaja.blog.com, your life has not started. Your life is not in that office where you're working. Your life is not all about passing. Our life is to realize the sphere of influence that we're supposed to be controlling on this earth. Because that's why we're here. You should stop disturbing God. Since I discovered Pastor, I've stopped disturbing God. A lot of prayers that we are making, we're just disturbing God. We're disturbing His peace. He sent us here to work, and that's why we're here. And I think that's what Pastor is trying to pass across to us. In fact, there was something Pastor said a few days back about his vision for armed robbers. I never heard such a thing in my life. I never heard such a thing in my life that somebody is already, he has a strategy in place to stop robbery. And that is our prayer point, and that's part of the things we're praying about every day. We are fasting and praying before we go to work. We are calling ourselves with Jesus' blood.
Who does that?
I think that meeting Pastor just puts my brain back in shape, where it ought to be. There's a whole lot wrong in church. There's a whole lot wrong in church, and the core of Pastor's teaching is that we need to be kingdom-minded, kingdom-focused, and understand why we're here, and take this message to the world.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. That's so insightful. Wow. So it's my turn now. Yeah. So yeah. So for me, yeah. Should I talk to you? No. Okay. Okay. So for me, coming across Pastor Sunday, the message of Pastor Sunday is actually summarized in one word: purpose. The purpose of life. Pastor Sunday explained everything. I came to understand why I'm here on earth. It's not just to come and then do what every other person is doing. Come, they say you should go to school, you go to school. Time to get a job, you get a job. It's time to get married, you get married. Train your kids, build a house, and all that. Yeah. So in Pastor Sunday's message, he talked about the biomass living. Just living like so the biomass living like being no different from an animal, from a dog who just comes in, would have kids and train their kids and all that. And we are here for a purpose. He explained all that to us. And for me, it was my life actually now. I now found out the reason for living. Then I was able to also quickly identify my purpose and calling on my ministry, and he helped me. So now I have clarity. I know why I'm here. I'm not missing out here. So one of the messages he talked about the power of restraint. So now, if what is being discussed doesn't concern me, yeah, I just cut it off. The teachings on time. I now understand how time works. How I can actually change my life. How I can change anybody's life. So that's what this message did to me. And the part that it hurts me most is the church. Oh no, it's the church. I grew up in Scripture Union. I grew up in Scripture Union. My mom would take us to church. We would read the Bible, and then we used to pride ourselves on how many times we read the Bible. So we read the Bible. There were games, drill, and all that. So we are taught to read the Bible. There were Bible studies and all that. So I observed Christianity. Then after some time, I saw how a new wave of Pentecostalism came in, and the gospel started changing. The things that were the most important things to us at that time as Christians just started changing. It started becoming more materialistic. It started becoming about feel-good messages and all that, and then it became about giving, bring money, and all that. So I watched all that, and I just saw that, man, everybody, the way it swept away everybody, and all of a sudden we all lost our minds. Nobody was thinking again. People hear all sorts of rubbish, and they just accept it. People start saying the God of my pastor, the God of this person, the God of that, and you get our understanding about God and Christianity just totally changed. Now nobody can actually talk straight. If you ask anybody, it says it in the Bible. Yeah. So broadcast stuff. So we're back. So nobody thinks again. When we talk about wisdom, we seem to think it's wisdom in the Bible. You get, I've had those arguments and all that. the way we perceive the Bible as if it's an idol that to be worshipped. You know, people take the Bible, put it under their pillow to sleep on it. And so, you get a lot that they open the Bible and like it's actually gone back. We've gone back to idolatry. Idolatry is worshiping materials and all that. Yeah. So what Pastor did to us, he opened my eyes. I started seeing the Bible in a different way. That's actually a manual for life. You go study there. He said that inside the Bible there is a word of God, there is a word of Satan, there is a word of man, there is a word of good men, bad men. So all I'm actually supposed to get this and put it, understand what's the message and all that, and apply it to my life, and not just the word of God. So if I see, okay, Cain killed Abel, I know I killed my brother, say to the Bible, mindless religion and all that. So that's what I see the message. I see the message that now life is not all about me. Christianity is not all about me. So I'm not just praying, God give me this, God give me that. I want this, I want that. I am actually living for God. I'm using my life. My life is actually to serve God, for God's pleasure. So everything here, I don't change the way I perceive that. Why I perceive that. You get, in church, one of the things pagans hate, fear most is death. And funny, one of the things in Christians, as in actually in churches, fear most is death. Everybody wants to. You said we bend and catch the spirit death. See everybody just get addicted. And all that. So because they're just hanging on to life. And what did Jesus say? Jesus says, "He who wants to hold on to his life will lose it. But he who is willing to lose his life will get it." So as in the whole mindset, as in it's like Jesus is on this side and the church is just on this other side. We don't even understand Jesus. We talk about Jesus, but if Jesus' message has been totally expunged from our curriculum, our syllabus, and everything we're doing, he's just a total stranger. It was the something that brought back this. He just brought it back. I started seeing somebody who was sounding like Jesus, who could talk like Jesus. The message on life. Wow! I don't know if you watch the message, you talk about life being a continuum of eternity, and that we actually were existing before